about Daevin Hobbs? How big has he been for the interior this season for the Vols?
Well, the last 5 games he's been outstanding, and he missed the first 5 games of the season after having foot surgery, has come back, and he actually led Tennessee in tackles in the win last week over New Mexico State. He was also either in on or had a solo tackle on 5 straight plays. I can't ever remember a Tennessee defensive lineman doing that, but it goes to what his talent is. He is an exceedingly athletic young man, a 5-star coming out of the state of North Carolina. And not having him in the first 5 games was a big factor for this defense because he's probably Tennessee's most talented defensive lineman. This is Daevin Hobbs. 9 tackles in the win over New Mexico State last Saturday. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
You had 5 straight plays where you were either in on the tackle or made the tackle late in the second quarter. You looked like you might have needed to come out of the game as you got ready to start the 6th play. Were you pretty winded after all that activity?
Yeah, that drive right there. There was 2 long drives that game I remember, but that was the first one right there. I didn't even really realize that I was making all those tackles play by play like that. Then I got to the sideline. One of my teammates, Herb, came up to me. He was like, "Yo, you just made 4 tackles in a row." I'm like, yeah, I couldn't even say anything. I was definitely gassed after that little series of plays. Right.
You were a 5-star coming out of high school. What's that like when people refer to you as 5-star Daevin Hobbs?
Yeah, it's cool. I remember my little sister, she was 4-star, all that, way before I had any offers. So I was like, I always thought that was so cool for her. And then I got it. And then that one day when I got my 5th star, I went up there. I was like, "Yeah, Ella, now I got that 5th star." So that was the best part about it, really, for me.
Does it put more pressure on you when you arrive at Tennessee that you are a 5-star?
For me, I really came in thinking with the mindset, I'm a young guy, so I got to come out and just prove myself like that, just from being new here, because new team, you're a new guy in a sense, just getting here. So that was my whole mentality on it, was just coming every day and work, because my first year I'm at the bottom of the depth chart. I'm just coming in, so I got to work my way, watching the older guys, see what they do, So I came in with a learning mindset.
What was the overriding reason you picked Tennessee?
When I would come up here, it would just feel a little bit different. Then I remember I was on my Georgia OV when Tennessee played them. So that's when Hendon was here. And Tennessee had lost that game. And I felt mad. I was like, and that's the moment I really.
You knew.
Yeah, I knew. I was like, yeah. Tennessee was my favorite school at that time.
As you've gotten here and been through 3 years, what is the thing that you like the most about Tennessee that you didn't even think about during the recruiting process?
I really like our team, camaraderie here, the D-line room, for our evening meetings, for even the morning meetings, I enjoy coming to meetings. I'm gonna be around all my guys, being around coaches. He always makes it a good environment in there too. So whenever I'm having a bad day, I got night meetings tonight, I'll be good.
It feels like you're hitting your stride now in the season. Did it take you a while to get confidence back in the foot after missing the first 5 games and having to work your way in?
I wouldn't necessarily say confidence in my foot. I think it was mainly getting my body back going, playing all those snaps, just the soreness, that side of things. I wouldn't really say anything hurt. It's just getting my body used to those reps and the physical reps again.
What, you have 39 snaps against New Mexico State?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you got Florida this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You've been there once before.
Yep.
What do you remember about going down there?
Yeah. I remember freshman year. It wasn't the outcome we wanted, but all I remember was the nighttime at the swamp. It was a crazy environment, that game. And Florida was always a team I grew up watching. It was always Florida football, UNC basketball. So just seeing that, the swamp, it was a cool environment. But
So how about 9 more tackles? Could you do that?
Yeah, I'll go for that. Yeah,
maybe some sacks.
Get a couple sacks. Yeah, make a couple plays here and there. Yeah,
maybe intercept a pass.
Yeah.